Next subject we got is can Saudi be a top 5 league in the world someday? Well, no,
Saudi.
actually in 5 years.
Can they someday? Can they fight? I guess we'll go through all of it from now to the next 5 years to the next, 20 years. Let's see how it goes. I mean, speaking of top 5 leagues, what are the top 5 leagues? English Premier League, top 5. Number 1 out of the top 5. Number 2,
Probably got Spain.
Spain got in there.
Bundesliga's 3.
Germany is number 3. Italy.
No, wait.
Nah, you gotta put Italy in
Wait,
there.
Italy? Man, wait, hold up. I think
Inter
Italy.
Milan,
I think
AC
Italy
Milan.
is 3. Bundesliga's 4, and Serie A Brazil is 5.
That's crazy. Some other that
Yeah,
Brazilian league.
League One's not it anymore, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
it's
Farmers
dipping
League.
down.
But when Mbappe leaves, who's there?
Hope you're liking our video so far. Like, share, and subscribe. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the video.
Kind of nutty.
Yeah.
But you can put, if you want to argue France, whatever, take it. Dutch League is another one. Turkish League has a lot of competition. So there's competition in that 5th, 6th, 7th role as far as top 5. Can Saudi get there? I mean, we're just looking at some charts. Saudi's like number 7 in Asia. And Asia doesn't have a good,
Yeah, I mean, you got the J League, the K League that's been around for a while. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's gonna take time.
It's gonna take time. Europe has always been number 1. So like, when you think football, you think European ball, Champions League,
Yep.
English Premier League, La Liga, Bundesliga, all the leagues that we just mentioned.
Competitiveness.
Competitive. And when
Yeah.
you see these teams in the Champions League, when they compete, it's a proper competition. It's not teams getting blown out left and right. It's proper competition. Can these Asian teams compete with the Champions League?
Yo, I mean, it's
To
a
that
big-
level.
It's a big possibility now when you talk about these transfers. Like recently, Inter and Al Nassr tied 1-1 in their preseason. I mean, dude, they're picking up some serious guys. But we're talking about the league now. Can the league actually be a top 5 league? Not just the players itself. We know there's a lot of good players.
Well, how are they making it happen? How are they getting all these players to go over there?
The Public Investment Fund. Yeah, man. I mean,
Proper thing,
it's a proper thing. I guess they got the government backing them up, and they're looking successful right now. But can they sustain all these contracts?
That's the thing. I mean, like, you got people like Cristiano Ronaldo who made the move in January. He was on Man U making $20 million a year on a salary.
Mm-hmm.
The second he makes the transfer, his salary jumped up to $200 million per season. That's multiplying by 10.
That's unheard of, bro.
This is astronomical amounts of money. This is not 20 million to 35 million increase. These are players that already have a crazy amount of money.
Yeah.
Billionaires. And now they're going for more money. It's crazy amounts of money. 200 million a season.
mean, Ronaldo going there, I'm not mad at it,
Yeah, you can't be mad at any of these players.
I mean, not mad, but like, I would say some of these players, I would feel a little disappointed for them because their age. Like, what's his name? From Celta Vigo,
Gabri Vega. He's looking like he's going.
Yeah, looks like he's going. 21 years old. You seen Cruz saying on their Fabrizio Romano's post saying it's embarrassing.
Embarrassing to go to Saudi.
Embarrassing for him at least. I think it was for him at least. 21 years old. You're about to go to Napoli. Yo, Napoli's a known team.
Seen the
They just
season.
won. They just won. Yeah, they just
season.
won. Why not go there? But hey, he's not going. Why? Because of the funds.
Money talks.
Yeah, it does talk. But, guys like him, Maximan, I think he has some time
Jota
left.
from Celtic.
Yeah, Jota,
24.
Who else? Guys like, a guy like Malcolm going in there, 26, but he's been kind of like, on a downfall a little bit, going to Zanet, going to Barcelona, not really getting playing time in Barcelona. I feel like his transfer makes more sense, but not Gabri Vega, though.
A lot of these make sense. I think the ones that make sense are the ones that have already, I'm not going to say complete football, but have done all they could at the top competitions. The Benzemas, the Contes, borderline, Henderson. Those type of players are going into their mid-30s.
Yep.
that can't push it anymore. And if there's someone offering you 10, 20, 30 times on what you were making at your previous club, hey, I'm not mad at you, bro.
Yeah. I
You know what
mean,
I'm saying? But for these younger guys, like you're saying, I got to stick with Tony Cruz. It's, I don't know about embarrassing, but disappointing, I would say, like you said.
Yeah.
Because there's so much more to play for as far as winning. I understand the Saudi League is trying to pump up their league, but they're pumping up with money. And, you know, I heard something that they're trying to get away from oil feeding the country as the economy. But it's the oil money that's feeding into the soccer. So at what point does the sport take over the oil? I don't see it happening. It kind of reminds me of China. Remember all those years ago?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, China, their issue was because the government didn't back them up. I mean, Saudi, they're trying to get more tourism too, you know, into the country. They're trying to push the World Cup for 2030. That's like you said, the project 2030. They're trying to get away from depending on oil and looking towards sports. And soccer's not even the only thing. You know, you got F1. You have them reaching out to golf too. Like, bro, boxing. Like, it's ridiculous.
But yo, like I was thinking about this. Like, who's the best team in the world right now? What do you say?
Best team in the world right now? Shoot,
Champions League winners last year. You could argue, Man City, couldn't you?
City. Yeah,
you could say that.
Yeah.
20 years ago, you would laugh at someone if they came up to you and said, "Yo, Man City is gonna be the top club. Teams are gonna dread facing them. Players are gonna want to go there above every other team." Blah blah blah. Would laugh at someone's face. 20 years later, it came true. How did that come true? Money,
time,
money, the time. But primarily in the past 15 years. Pumping up money, crazy transfers, crazy investment, and now look at Man City. They didn't join Man City because of the fan base, for the legacy, or any of those things.
They won for the winning cause.
They saw that if we pump up enough money into this thing, we're gonna end up winning because we're gonna get all the players. Can Saudi do that?
I mean, hey, they already bought out Newcastle. Look how Newcastle's doing.
Yeah,
but that's a Premier League team. You know, now we're talking about the Saudi League itself.
Yeah.
You know, they're gonna have to commit a lot more money. Like I said, they're gonna have to keep convincing players to wanting to come. You know?
And that's the thing. It's really convincing because when you transfer from one team to the next team in the same league, it's kind of like a culture shock. From going from London to Manchester, there's some type of discrepancy in culture and way of life and stuff like that. Now imagine going from European lifestyle, I'm talking culture, politics, all those type of stuff, to Saudi. Some of these players have never even experienced that type of lifestyle.
Yeah. Not
good or bad, just different. Will players want to go there?
I mean, I think it's possible. It's possible. I mean, let's just put it in perspective. When the Chinese league was booming, a lot of players up and left. Right, like Oscar, Talisca, you know, Pele that played for Southampton, Drogba. Like, there's a lot of players. Tevez, you know, what was it? Iniesta jumping to go to Japan, and Torres going to Japan.
Xavi to Qatar.
I mean, it can happen, but we're talking about within the next 5 years. Can they be a top 5 league? That's tough because even right now, with all these players going to Saudi, I still don't have the interest to want to buy a subscription to watch the games. I still want to watch European football. Why? Because that's what I grew up on.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I know. That's what I've known my whole life. And to see something new come in, I don't know if I'm really jacking it right now.
I feel you, bro. Here's my final take on this whole Saudi thing. I think the next 5 years, 5 to 6 or 7 years, because in 2030 they're supposed to have the World Cup there.
Yep.
Hasn't been solidified, but that's the rumor.
They're trying to push it.
You know, I think there'll be a top 5 club within the next 5, 6, 7 years.
Club or league?
League, sorry. And the reason why is because they would just keep pumping up this money, no matter what. Ronaldo retire, they'll go and keep pumping out this money. But I think the money, they'll see it as a bad investment eventually. I think the same thing that happened in China, not for the same reasons. They'll just run out of interest of people wanting to go if they're not going for money. Because eventually they're supposed to just grow on its own organically without pumping in so much money.
Pumping in money, exactly.
When you stop pumping in that money, will players still be interested in going to the Saudi League for competition?
All right, let's
put it
in perspective now. Team like Barcelona, a lot of these guys were getting wage cuts. What was happening? Players still want to play there.
Still want to play. Still want to go.
Why? Legacy.
The name. The culture.
What they're known for. Like everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I'm not counting it Saudi out.
I think that's what I'm saying. They'll get it there. They'll get there fast in the next few years. But they're going to come tumbling down after, is my prediction, because I don't see it continuing to grow organically because it's just one thing by itself. You don't see the other Asian leagues pumping in so much money. Mm-hmm. The players that we discussed, the Xavis and Iniestas, these are like one-offs. Look at the MLS. They're growing gradually. And one thing about Saudi, I don't see their national team going to where they need to go as far as youth academy. Mm-hmm. Where's the youth prodigies coming in? All the top teams in the world, you look at their academies, you're seeing that they're winning the U17 World Cup, U19s, U20, U21 World Cups.
England just won the, what was it, U21 or U23?
I think it was U21s and not even one goal conceded.
Yeah, bro, that's nuts.
That's crazy. And why are they one of the top?
Look at all those players. They all play for,
top Levi Colwell starting for Chelsea.
Top clubs.
That goalie Trafford just got to move to Burnley.
Yep. You had Gordon, you had Curtis, you had Elliott,
See what I'm saying? These are all
like
phenomenal players, man. And
they have the good.
They have the infrastructure, bro. Exactly. They have the interest. Do the Saudi players, the young kids, the kids that are like 11, 12, 13, are they playing to the highest level in the country? Do they have the infrastructure to build all these fields?
If they do that, now we talking something different. If they do that,
they're not, though.
They're not, exactly. But
so
if they do that, and they keep getting these proper coaches like, Gerard, Nuno.
Espiritu Santo.
Yeah, that's your favorite guy too,
My guy.
Yeah, when he was at Wolves, that was our guy. He was a good Wolves
Portugal
coach.
FC, man.
There's a few of them. George Jesus.
George Jesus. And they'll keep growing.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but what I'm saying is, people naturally want to go there after the money is done.
Who knows, though? Maybe some of these coaches and players, they go there for the money first. But say now, if they do like the culture and they do have a good experience, now they can speak on it. You know what I'm saying? And
True.
And have other people come just because they've lived it,
Maybe become some administrative staff in the club. But that's tough too, because if we look at history, Xavi went to Qatar, played there, became a coach for a few years. Then where'd he go? Back to Europe. Back to Barcelona. Back to the biggest clubs.
Well, he knows the best.
You know what I'm saying? So I think Saudi's gonna get there fast, but run away from there faster than they got there. I think MLS is taking a better approach with not getting all the biggest names and paying so much money to everybody, just gradually coming in. Look at their youth academy. We've experienced it. Yeah. Phenomenal players. A lot of them going to Europe.
Quicker now.
Yeah,
quicker,
quicker. Like the infrastructure's there, bro.
You got guys coming at like 20, 21. They're playing for good clubs. Leeds. They had a few guys in Leeds.
Messi McKinney, Tyler Adams.
Yeah, all those guys, yeah.
Jack Harrison, I know he's from England, but he played in the United States. Went to college here. So many players. Look at the United States in the World Cup, bro. Round of 16.
Yeah, they're improving.
They're
improving.
I don't see Saudi doing that anytime soon. As far as the infrastructure.
USA, they've been doing it for a while now. Now if you want to go back a little bit more, like Clint Dempsey,
There we go.
Fulham. Back in the day.
Landon Donovan.
He's a Fulham legend.
Fulham legend.
Clint
Dempsey is a Fulham legend. There should be a statue there.
Landon Donovan.
Bayern.
He had some time in Bayern. It wasn't too, successful, but at least he went, got the experience and came back.
Right.
But it takes time. I feel like 5 years is not enough to get the whole league going and buzzing and the academies
But
and all that other
look
good
at what
stuff.
they did in one transfer season. Look what they did.
They had the best
in 2
transfer
months.
season than at any other league.
And when the Chinese Super League was starting, they had the best transfer season of all. They had 388 million spent, and England was like 100 million behind them.
Yep.
It's the same story, just repackaged in a different box.
Yeah.
I think. But Saudi, I think they can get there to the top 5, but they're gonna come crashing down because they don't have the foundation, the infrastructure to keep the league going. They don't have new youth players coming in. They don't have all this stuff.
I mean, what helps too is that they don't have to. What is it? They're not under UEFA's regulations.
FFP, financial fair play.
Yeah.
There is
so
none.
go ahead, spend it all you want.
Spend it all.
Convince all you can. I mean, it could happen. It could happen.
But how many players do we see that get a big contract and then they don't play with that passion they had before? We've seen it in the European leagues so many times.
Yeah.
Imagine what's gonna happen in Saudi, bro.
Oh, Neymar, man. I love Neymar. Don't get me wrong. I think career-wise, great player, but I don't know, man. Is he going there to play or is he just going there for the bread? Yeah, I think he's going for the bread.
He's going for the bread. Igalo, he used to play in the Chinese Super League too. He even came out and said, "Listen."
Yeah, he spoke about it. Yeah,
he said, "Listen, ain't nobody coming in here for competition. We all coming here for the bread."
Yeah, he said, "Coming here to eat, to feed their families."
Tevez said the same thing.
Yeah, while he was in
said,
China.
"Listen, a lot of people were throwing dirt on my name, saying this, that, and the other, but they didn't know I had 13, 16 families to feed back home."
Yeah.
They're doing it for the money, man. Go get your bread, but I don't think the Saudi League is going to last more than 10, 15 years.
I'm not mad at players going at like 29 till their 30s.
Yeah.
It's just like I said, the players
Even
that have
29's
time,
young, bro.
Even 29's young. They still have time. A guy like Ruben Neves, bro, he was wanted by Barca, and who else wanted him?
Bro, a lot of English Premier League teams. The Man City, Man U. These players
could still be at the top level, but he
what I'm
chose to leave.
For the bread.
Laporte choosing to leave.
For the bread.
Mendy, won a Champions League with Chelsea in the most recent years. Got up and left. But, hey, man, I don't know.
Well, we better find out if we don't know. So let's keep watching.
We'll see in 5 years.
And we'll get back in 5 years and do another segment. And that's the end of the episode. Thanks for tuning in. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.